Hello, G. Tyler Wright here. Today I want to talk about why people get on the spiritual journey. Why do people become seekers? For me, it was a matter of wanting to understand my life better, wanting to understand who I was, wanting to know what my purpose was here, what was I intended to do. So that's what brought me to the spiritual path. I yearned to understand why I was here, what I could contribute to the world. And I thought that there was no better way to answer that question than to delve within, to find out who I was, to see for myself what I was. Then once I knew what I was, then I could do whatever it was that I was needed to do. But first I had to find out who I was. That took me into meditation, it took me into experimenting with ESP, it took me into a lot of flashy, light, colorful scenery experiences. And that in turn showed me that those things didn't show me who I was. They were just fun little asides, basically. Um, and what I did find is that anything that happened to me, I could feel that awareness of it. There was nothing that happened that I wasn't aware of. Awareness was the common thread through all the experiences in both the waking mundane life and the meditative life. There was always awareness of what was happening. And that showed me that the real basis of all of this is the awareness that you feel. It wasn't about having flashy lights. It wasn't about experiences that took me other places, other things, seeing other things. It was really about seeing who I was, understanding that this body that I am experiencing, this mind that I'm experiencing, are nice little things, and they've created a character that exists in this world, uh, but they are not the whole. They are not the truth. They are not the totality. They're not the basis. So that's where the spiritual journey took me. I had an amazing experience one night when I was meditating, and I found myself expanding to encompass the entirety of my surroundings. I knew I wasn't this body anymore. That was an amazing experience. But again, I came out of that experience and I saw, oh, yeah, I was the awareness behind that. I wasn't the experience. It took me a while to see that. But now in hindsight, I can see very clearly. 3 years after that experience, I did a lot of meditation, spiritual practices during that time. And at that end of that, there was like a collection of words that came together in my head. And it was as if my head almost exploded, in the realization that the teachings that I had taken for all of my spiritual life were all pointing to the same thing, that I wasn't a person, that I wasn't a seeker. A simple, tiny little mistake that I made, that all of us who seek to know more about ourselves, we make. We think we're a person. And when you leave that behind, when you leave that thought that I'm a person behind, that one little singular shift from a person to the awareness experiencing person, that changes everything. That takes you to a place where you understand that the awareness that all of us experience, all of us share, is really the feeling of self, this feeling of being that is behind everything, that drives everything, that we are. When you say I am, you really aren't talking about the body. The body doesn't have the experience of that. The body floats in the experience of the awareness that all of this is. But you are not that body. So that simple little shift, what I call enlightenment, what people call self-realization. That simple little shift is what takes us from thinking we're a body that has to accomplish something in this world, that has to succeed, that has to fight. Takes us from that basis of living to a basis where we are already all we need to be. We are the awareness that everyone shares and is. It takes away the need to fight. It takes away the need to struggle. But it also allows the character to continue to do whatever it wants in terms of living its life. The character can change drastically, or the character can stay exactly the same. It's up to you. It's up to you at this point. Knowing your awareness, living through the bodies, the minds that we experience, you can pay attention totally to the background, to the beingness that you are. Or you can pay attention totally to that character. You don't have to miss a moment of the emotional drama that this mind experiences, that this mind creates in the body. But you have a choice at that point. That's what this journey is about. It's about that choice. Getting that choice, understanding you have that choice, and making a choice that fits for your life. You can sit on a mountaintop, or you can sit at a Fortune 500 company. It's totally up to you. You can give to other people. You can share your life in selfless service. You can sit in a closet. It's all up to you. But it's good to understand that you have that choice. And that's what the spiritual journey did for me. At my moment when I said, I'm no longer a person, I laughed. It was so hilarious that I had been on this spiritual journey for many years, meditating and thinking I was becoming spiritual and just all of this. And then to see that it was all just a simple misunderstanding. It was amazing to have that moment where some people say you die. I guess you could say that's the way I felt. It was a death and a freedom, and it was incredible. And it was just because of what I'm telling you now. If you would trust what I'm saying for a moment, if you would let go for this moment of thinking you are a person, of believing that you're this person, this entity in this body with this mind, if you just let go of that for a moment, you could see that the awareness behind that is actually what you are. So let's take a moment and feel that experience of what you are. So sit straight, comfortably, close your eyes, and bring your awareness inside. Take a deep breath and let it go. Another deep breath. Let it go. Another deep breath. Let it out. Bring your experience to that space deep within, where you can hear these words. Hear as I'm talking to you. Feel the space between each word as I'm talking to you. That is your awareness. Don't think it's anything more than just what you're feeling now. Don't make it into this gigantic mystical experience. The awareness you're feeling right now, as you hear my words, as you feel the space in between them, that is the awareness that you are. What I am, we are the same awareness. Recognize yourself from home to yourself. Know this feeling is you. Before you form the feeling of I, before you can say I am, that feeling is you. You can pile things on top of yourself. I am a body. I am a mind. Before you say the I am, that is what you are. That feeling. You are the sea in which the body swims in. That feeling of awareness. Recognize yourself. Realize that is yourself. Slowly bring your awareness back to your body now. Open your eyes when you're ready. And still hear my words. Feel the space between each word. As you open your eyes, feel that you are still that awareness. You can see the world around you, but your awareness is aware of that. Your awareness hears. Your awareness is seeing. Awareness is aware of all of this. That is what you are. Rest in it. Thank you. We'll talk soon.